Want to know the fastest way to lose your power after someone disrespects you? Give them exactly the reaction they wanted. Scream. Argue. Explain yourself for 20 minutes straight. Try to make them see how much they hurt you. And just like that, they're not just responsible for disrespecting you anymore, they're now controlling your emotions too. Here's the thing about disrespect that nobody tells you. You don't have to get loud to be powerful. You don't have to insult someone back to prove you respect yourself. And you definitely don't have to just take it to look elegant. You got disrespected. You have every right to react, to defend yourself, to make them regret it. But what if the real power move is not giving them the reaction they were hoping for? So the question becomes, what do you actually do in that moment? Because one wrong move and you're opening the door to more disrespect. Here's a little cheat code for exactly what to do the second it happens. 1. Pause. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is nothing at all. I know, sounds impossible. Someone says something rude and every part of you wants to snap back, raise your voice, explain yourself, or just fidget because you're uncomfortable. Don't. Just pause. Say nothing. Don't rush to fill the silence, even if it feels awkward. Let it sit. If you need to, count to 5 in your head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That tiny pause is enough to bring your emotions down so you don't do the one thing that would make them glad they got under your skin. Reacting is emotional. Responding is intentional. Maybe after those 5 seconds all you say is, "I don't appreciate the way you spoke to me." Or, "I'd like this conversation to stay respectful." Then stop talking. You don't need a 10-minute speech to prove you respect yourself. That pause? Not a weakness. That's you deciding their behavior doesn't get to control yours. 2. Redirect it back to them. Not every disrespectful comment deserves a real answer. Sometimes the smartest move is refusing to play the game they're setting up. Turn it into a question. Make them repeat what they said out loud. Half the time, what sounded clever or intimidating in their heads suddenly sounds ridiculous once they actually have to say it again. You don't even need to challenge it. Just look at them, stay calm, and say, "I'm sorry, I don't get it. Was that supposed to be funny?" Then let the silence do the rest. Say it flat. No sarcasm, no eye roll, no attitude. You want them explaining themselves, not handing them another reason to fight. If they repeat it, ask again. No, seriously. Explain what you mean. Now the ball's in their court. If they try to flip it and make it about you, redirect. We can get into that later. Right now we're talking about what you just said. If they still won't budge, one line closes it out. If you've got something to say it respectfully. Otherwise, there's nothing else to talk about. Then stop. This isn't about outsmarting anyone or embarrassing them. It's about staying in control of the conversation without going defensive, sarcastic, or disrespectful yourself. 3. Don't over-explain. You know what's wild? Most people don't lose control because of the disrespect itself. They lose control because of what they do right after. The second someone disrespects them, they go straight into defense mode. No, but that's not what happened, or saying, "Let me explain, you don't understand," or even saying, "Here's the whole story," on, and the more you explain, the weaker it actually sounds. And somehow that over-explaining always slides into an argument, because arguing feels like defending yourself, but really you're just matching their energy. And the second you match their energy, you've come down to their level. You're no longer the person who got disrespected. You're just another person in a shouting match, and nobody wins that. Everybody just loses respect. Also, the little digs, the insults thrown back thinking it evens the score, it doesn't. It just hands them proof that they got to you. It shows that you're trying everything possible to save yourself and they're winning. Silence isn't losing. Silence is you refusing to play a game you never agreed to. And even when the moment's technically over, it's not really over, because now you're going around telling 5 different people your side of the story, replaying it, justifying it. But the more you need everyone to understand what happened, the more power you're handing right back to that moment. Let it go. You don't owe the room an explanation. And if the disrespect requires that you clear it up, you do so calmly and confidently, not trying to argue their points with them, especially if there are other people around. Then add in the waiting, the sitting around for an apology before you can finally move on, and now your peace is in someone else's hands. and that person might never apologize. So why would you let your calm depend on something you can't control? The people who actually walk away with their power intact? They don't explain. They don't argue. They don't exchange a single word they don't have to. They just don't give it the reaction it was fishing for. 4. Setting boundaries. Here's a cheat code that changes everything. Set a boundary. Handling disrespect can genuinely be this simple. Just make it clear what you're okay with and what you're not. Let's say someone's talking to you in a way that doesn't sit right. You don't have to smile through it just to keep things peaceful. You can just say, calmly, I'm not comfortable with the way you're speaking to me. If we're going to keep talking, I need you to do it respectfully. And actually mean it. Because a boundary isn't a threat. It's not you trying to control them or win the moment. It's just you deciding ahead of time what you're going to do if the behavior doesn't stop. Like, let's say your coworker keeps making snide comments in meetings, laughing them off like they're jokes. You don't have to call them out in front of everyone or make it a whole thing. You just pull them aside after and say, hey, when you say stuff like that in front of the team, it's not landing as a joke to me. I need that to stop. If it happens again, you stop engaging with them the same way. You create distance. No drama, no announcement. You just quietly change how much access they get to you. That's really all a boundary is. It's not you being difficult. It's not you being dramatic. It's just teaching people how they get to have you in their life and what happens the moment they cross the line. 5. Exit the situation. Sometimes you've explained yourself, you've set the boundary, and they still choose to be disrespectful anyway. At that point, stop trying to make them get it. You don't have to stand there going back and forth, raising your voice, saying stuff you'll regret in an hour just because they're fishing for a reaction. If the conversation's turning disrespectful, you can just say, calmly, I'm not continuing this while you're talking to me like that, and walk away. Leave the room. Hang up. Stop replying for a bit. And no, that doesn't mean you're scared or that you lost. It means you decided your peace matters more than winning whatever this was. Like, imagine you're at a family dinner and someone starts making digs at you and everyone's kind of laughing along. You don't have to sit there defending yourself for the next 30 minutes. You can just get up, say, I'll be back, and step outside for a few minutes. That's it. That's the whole move. Because not every situation needs a response. Sometimes the most powerful response is just removing yourself. Never stay in conversations where you keep getting disrespected. Always know when it's time to walk away. Comment below if you've ever been in a situation where you were disrespected and tell us how you handled it. Your experience might help another woman going through the same thing. Thank you for watching, and make sure to watch this video again if you need to, so you can really grasp and practice every technique. And if you want to stick around for the next video, how to make people respect you the moment they meet you, hit like, but more importantly, subscribe so you don't miss it. And yeah, more relatable content for women like this is coming, so stay close.